Understanding the Mayan number system can help us better appreciate the level of sophistication attained by this ancient civilization, the ancestors of millions of people in Central America. The decimal system, also known as base 10, has become an almost universal language, as we use a combination of 10 different symbols to create any number that we want to use. Numbers read from left to right, and the different numbers receive their value based on their position. This is known as place value. It should come as no surprise to us that we use the decimal system, considering we have 10 digits or 10 fingers on our hands on which we can count. Mathematically, we can represent place value by saying 10 to the 0 is 1, 10 to the 1 is 10, 10 to the 2 is 100, 10 to the 3 is 1,000, and so forth. So when we have the number 6, 4, 3, 5, the numbers on the left have greater value than the ones on the right. Essentially what we're saying is we have, with this number here, we have 6 thousands, 4 100s, 3 10s, and 5 1s, or 6 thousands, 4 hundreds, 3 10s, and 5 1s. The beauty of the Mayan number system is that it only uses 3 symbols: a shell, a dot, and a bar, rather than the 10 that we use in the decimal system. The shell equals 0. It should be noted that the Mayans were one of the few societies that used the number 0 at the time. The number 1 is a dot. 2, 3, 4. You may, as you look at these numbers, you might be thinking this is a lot like Roman numerals, and it kind of is, but it has its differences. Once we get to 4, we're going to represent 5 with a bar. And then 6, so the bar is 5, and the dot with it is 6. 7, 8, 9, and then to get to 10, we're going to use 2 bars. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, and 19. To get to the number 20, we need to do something similar to what we do when we get the number 10. When in the decimal system, we add a 1 in the tens place and a 0 in the ones place. However, the place value of Mayan numbers is vertical rather than horizontal. Rather than right to left or left to right, we're going top to bottom. And since the Mayan number system is base 20, rather than 10, we use a dot in the 20 spot. So we have a dot, and then below it for the 1 spot, we're going to put that 0 to indicate there's nothing in this spot. And that gives us our number 20. So a dot and a shell, and we have the number 20. For 21, we have a dot in the 20s to represent we have 120 and 1 1, so 21. For the number 25, we're going to have a dot in the 20 and a bar in the ones because there's 5 1s, so we get 25. 26, we're just going to add a dot into the 1 slot. And then let's say we want to do 100. Well, we're going to need 5 20s to get to 100, and we're not going to have anything in the ones. So to do that, we're going to have a bar in the 100 spot because there's 5. The bar represents 5, so 5 20s and 0 in the ones. That gives us 100. Going back to the decimals, if we remember, we have our place value. We have the thousands, hundreds, tens, and ones. Well, it's very similar with the Mayan number system, base 20. But it's slightly different. Instead of 10 to the 0, 10 to the 1, 10 to the 2, 10 to the 3, we have 20 to the 0, 20 to the 1, 20 to the 2, to the 3, and so forth. So 20 to the 3, instead of having thousands, instead of being the 1,000 spot, it's the 8,000 spot, the 400 spot, the 20s instead of the 10s, and then the 1s down here. So let's say we want to come up with a number 17,208. Okay, so how would we represent that in the Mayan number system? Well, first, we're going to need two 8,000s because it goes into 17,208 two times. So we're going to get two of those. That's represented by two dots in this category. And then we've got from this 16,000 to get to 17,208, there's three 400s left because there's 1,208 difference there. So we need three dots in this category. And that equals 1,200. So right now we're at 17,200. And we only need 8 more. So we're not going to have anything here. But we've got to have a place, we've got to fill that place value. We're going to fill that with our shell, the 0. Just like we do if we have 208, the number 208, we put a 0 in there to fill that place value, indicating there are no 10s in that spot. And then we need this last remaining 8, so we need 8 1s. And remember, we need to represent that with a bar, which is 5, and 3 dots. And that gives us 17,208. And now you know how to use the Mayan number system.